Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Game Familiar here. Today we're gonna be doing another explain type of run. Well, I'm guessing that the latest video was probably a Frontier 19 one. Yeah, this is going to be an explain run. It is going to be played at difficulty 4. Just again, it's the first one that probably gives newer players more trouble to beat, and it's like the jumping start to either go for high frontier or just try to push it in endless. The focus of this run is going to be in Blue HQ. We're gonna try to make Blue HQ work, and which is sort of like a standard move for Frontier 19 and playing blue in general. You can make infantry work, and I guess I can make a video later on that. But we're just gonna go for Warden Gerhard because he's sort of like vanilla. And right, so I am also going to add a few restrictions to the run to sort of like counterbalance a little bit of the luck, I guess. So I'm not gonna take any extra supply doctrines. I'm not gonna take mission control, and what else I'm not gonna take? No, that's it, right? So I'm gonna avoid extra supply doctrines to sort of like showcase that you can just beat the game with the 100 supply. You just don't need it. You just need to, take into account the map and the enemies and with the waves. So I'm gonna try to explain my decisions as much as possible. So this run might take an hour and a half instead of the standard 30 minutes, 20 minutes that it takes the regular game if you're just rushing through it. And yeah, let's just go. It's difficulty 4, Gerhard. All right, let's look at this map. So oh, this is a nice position there. Nice. Okay, so stuff that I look when you're doing a Blue HQ run. If you're gonna do a Blue HQ runs focus on weapons, you generally want to merge. Not necessarily you have a Omega meter now that gives, and the underground training officer quarters gives range per open battlefront, so you can make that one work, and it can be quite effective. You can just straight up, even at Frontier 19, leave very little space, but you do need to get by little spaces like one tile or two in the smaller battlefronts, and just push it on another battlefront and just get massive bonuses from emitters and officer quarters, and have the HQ cover the entire battleground. We could try that one later, but for this one, I'm just gonna focus on I'm just gonna focus on the merge, because it's it's a way to go, essentially. The way you want to do this is you want to merge in a way that you have a main entrance, and then you have the other ones distributed alongside one single not necessarily one single path, but the number of paths should be on balance. This is what I mean, because when the enemies spawn, they spawn and they select a path to one entrance at random. So if the amount of paths that some entrances have is higher than the other ones, it's more likely that the enemies are gonna go there. And if you can make it so that the longer paths that you have, the longer path outnumber the shorter paths, that makes it better for makes the enemies take longer roads, I guess. And since you already are paying for weapons all around HQ, it's particularly better. It's a lot better in blue as well because of that, right? Because you already have the defenses set up for it. So the thing that I like to do is I like to identify where is going to be my main entrance. And in this case, I could try to make this one my main entrance. It does have the disadvantage the main advantage it has is this is a straight line, which is good. There is a very high position there, so I could place a decent 2x2, like a retribution position, or even a super heavy pulse there. That would be fantastic. Although it doesn't share an adjacent spot with HQ, so maybe not. And what else? It's a fast connection here, and then I would need to connect the other way around, which is not awful, right? So let's count it. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it'll be 8, but it'll be 8. But I like to keep it open so that I can maybe connect one more. So it will be an extra here to add a loop in the back so that you have more path in there. So it will be 9. So 9 times 2 is 18. That will be by wave 19 before wave 20. Generally, you can do this before wave 25. Obviously, we don't have recon right now, and we might miss. What do we need to make that one work? We need a T here, corner, so T, corner, stray, corner, couple of T's. So we are at 3 T's. Corner. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corners, 3 T's, and a stray. And then we have to deal with this a little bit. I mean, we don't have to deal, but we have to essentially connect that at some point, because if we get a Torres in there, it can be a pain in the ass to have such a short entrance. Now, most of the enemies are gonna take the longer path, but I mean, you generally don't want that. But it's good still, because even if we loop here, if we gave HQ range, HQ is gonna be able to shoot in here as well. So we're good. We can make that one work just fine. Another thing I could do is just straight up place a middler there and just place an Imperial Barrack in here. It's not bad. Right. You know, I'm not hating this. Now, if I place this one here, that means that I'm out of T's. I cannot place T's anymore. What would be the alternatives if I don't do this, right? The alternative would be, this would be my main entrance, and I connect here. If this were a wave, oh, there's another advantage to making this here. We have 3 entries already, so this is gonna be our main entrance. So we're gonna focus most of the firepower on this side. So we already have a bias towards enemies spawning this way. So that's another thing to consider. Now, if this were Frontier 19, or we would have Brita Infestation as a modifier, we would have to account for the Brita Nest. So in here, we could use the Brita Nest that we get in Wave 6 to connect this side. So that would reduce our need for tiles one more. Oh, yes. It would be off balance, which is not that bad for Blue HQ because we have weapons all around. But Krylos can be a pain in the ass to deal if we do it that way. This is another advantage that this has, is like straight. So whatever we put, Krylos, if we get Krylos, once we close, they generally go straight into the path, which is good. Good in the sense that you know, they're more manageable if you make it that way. They get hit by your AoE, they get hit by the stuff that you put in the path, like the bunkers and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm liking this side more and more. Another thing to consider that I consider is what are my medium mortar positions. And here, if I place this, I would create one here, which is not bad. We already have one there, and potentially one more there. Now, if we do it here, it doesn't have as many adjacent spots. But if we do it one here, we have a medium mortar position plus a position for a Warden Werewolf right next to it with detection as well, like a backline werewolf. And now, yeah, those are the sort of things that I mean, I'm saying them aloud, but they just register. Once you get used to it, they just register and you just take them into account. Like it's a small consideration, but I mean it's important, right? And I'm always yapping about medium mortar positions in blue, especially like adjacent to HQ. And even though I talk about it, I mess them up all the time. So, but yeah, I like this merge, right? The not being able to take strays is kind of a little bit of a problem because I don't want to stray here either, because a stray here messes up this position as well. So we do have the reroute, and we don't mind crosses. We can play crosses around here to bias the spawning of the enemies towards this side. So crosses are fine, and I think I like my idea of placing the middle here and just go Imperial Barrack instead of the Super Hippos. We can place the Super Hippos here if we get a, you know, like to the side, and maybe an ammo depot here and a werewolf there. Right. So I did this. What does my first turn looks like in blue? Generally, if we're going for blue HQ weapons, since you don't get that many discounts, I just go cornerstone points and barrage LMGs. You can play around with all that stuff, but again, if you're going weapons, just do that. It's just the better option. And yeah, you're not gonna be able to have enough cash unless you're Thunder to drop the Mirador as well. Another option that you could do is not get the weapons and just drop the Mirador to try to get some doctrines, but in this case, we don't care. Yeah, this is good enough. Yeah, 12 minutes. It's the same as the Denshiko run. I guess that's, oh, we got the development opportunities, but we're not taking it. Okay, so this is, I like to keep that development opportunity in the pool because it could come in handy later on. So we're not picking this ever. It's about negotiation skills and Furious Reserve. Furious Reserve, those Grenadiers make a big difference early on, especially in Frontier 19. In Frontier 19, I think I'm always picking this, although negotiation skills is pretty decent because you're clicking on the supplies fairly often. But that first reserve, they help a lot against Alpha Lekos, right? So that's 150 extra damage every 5 seconds, every 8 seconds, I think. Waves are smaller, but still, the first bastion, do we have a good position to drop that bastion in? And the answer is we could drop it here. Like, if we get a platform, we could drop the bastion here to cover that side as well, which is not bad. That's something to consider as well. The Puma is nice, and we have decent positions for a Puma. I set the Mirador here. If I place the Mirador here, thinking that, well, probably here, thinking of placing the Imperial Barrack, but let's say that we get Krylos, and I haven't placed the Barrack here. I could place straight up a Puma right next to it to protect against Krylos. So, yeah, we're gonna take it. I'm not gonna place I'm not gonna place it yet. Now, if I were to worry about lurking Lekos, my first Mirador would go here, because I would make this my back entrance, and I would like that that Mirador to protect the back entrance. But since this is difficulty 4, here is probably a better position for it. And again, difficulty 4 means that we probably want to wait to see if we get the V-scores, because Underground Depot, it's probably better if we don't get the V-scores as a tier 1. Now, we might want to rush anyways the first close support to get a little bit of repair going anyways. And right, so heavy guns is decent. Is it better than 100 supply? The answer is probably yeah. Two considerations there. We got the Claymore. The Claymore, it's in all of them, so the only consideration here are the other options, right? It's a little bit of a drafting algebra, I guess. Heavy guns, it's not just that little bit of extra stuff. It also takes it out of the pool, right? So we don't see it anymore. So just do that. And we got one corner, and now what do we take into account here with the corner? So we could merge here, we lose one battlefront. There is no reason to do this, really. Not only is there no reason, it's actually actively bad right now because it's gonna up the pressure on this side, and it's not gonna do much for us in the short term anyways. And we have a middle there, right? So we don't mind stuff spawning this way. It also doesn't help with our hedging of tiles, right? Because we still need the same type of tiles as before, and we cannot accept any new tiles. However, if I place it here, I would love the idea of having a loop in here, but I could, if I do this, I could accept a stray. I just play the stray here, and sure, we're not gonna have a loop in the back. That means that that the distribution is gonna be 25, 25, 25, 25. However, it's 25 versus 75 on the other side, so it's still good. It's still we still have a lot less pressure on this side, and if we add the loop in here, it's like 12% to the ones that go straight versus the ones that take the other loop. So you know, it's we can make this one work, right? Now, and I don't think we have to do anything else. I like to wait for my officer quarters to see what the first neutral is. If it's a techno amplifier, it's fantastic. It helps our tempo quite a bit. I might not use it, by the way. Just to, again, I want to give you the standard lock experience, right? So that, you know, but you play the run as you the run that you get, right? Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't, so you have to react. My point is, generally you have enough to clear. Oh, I didn't start Tabularios. Well, I guess we don't have Tabularios this run. It's fine. Oof. Well, okay, so I cannot make this because of the restriction. Obviously, this would be the restriction of not getting extra supply, so which it sucks because that bit of cost reduction is also a big deal. But there is another consideration with this. I'm gonna pick the Recon. The blueprints are fantastic. Blueprints are great, and the Bastion and the Puma are good ones to have. Remember, you have limited drafts. Like the most limited resource you have in the game are tiles and blueprints. You don't get a lot of them. Actually, you get a bunch of blueprints as well, but not as much as you get cash, and not as much as you get. Well, Recon, I guess you get a little bit less. But my point is, you also don't control what you get. So if you get something that it might be useful, it's a good idea to just consider it. So the Bastion is good. And the Puma, we already have one, but you know, another one we might need. However, this actually helps us quite a bit. And it helps us quite a bit because it buys us 2 rerolls. And you cannot reroll into the same tile. So as long as we keep it so that we can accept at least 3 tiles, we are happy because we can reroll into something useful. Obviously, there is the small chance that you get a flat. And also it protects us against flat, right? So because if we get a flat, we can reroll into something else that is not a flat. By the way, if at some point you see that you're getting the same tiles because there was a bug related to it, you should report that as a bug so they can fix it. Because you should never reroll into the same tile. I think we can still send it and it's gonna be fine. We're gonna take a little bit of damage, but I like to wait. And we're probably gonna get a neutral. We have dropped 2 tiles, so the odd chances increase whenever we don't see one. So we should be like around 60 or something like that. Okay, so this is an interesting one. And the Durandal we don't care that much about for the earlier game. The Recon is nice. We already have 75, but you know, we could use more. The Vicious Crossfire already gives us a little bit of extra fire rate to our 2 weapons, and every time we drop a Mirador, it's not just 15% extra damage because of Gerhard, is 15% extra damage and 5% rate of fire for the first Mirador, which is pretty nice. However, that first bash is way too enticing, I think. It takes it out of the pool, but it's also jumpstarts our cash. We're most likely gonna see a neutral building, so we're most likely dropping our officer quarters. So I'm gonna take the first supply, and we get our T. Now, Considerations. If we do this, it's great. It means that we're guaranteed. It takes us into the loop. We love the loop in the back. The loop, it's gonna increases the paths by 2 on these 2 entrances. So that means that we get if we keep it as is, if we make that loop work, it means that we have 2 paths for this, 2 paths for this, and 1 and 1. And by paths I mean shared paths, obviously, because there are a lot more because you have entry points in there. However, that locks us into that, right? And that blocks the strays. If we do it like this, we're gonna need it anyways, and we're not locked into that decision. And we're most likely gonna see a neutral, but placing stuff in here doesn't. It really doesn't matter because it's far away. So, and we have our officer quarters, so we're just hoping for a supply neutral or something like that, a recon neutral. And yeah, we take supply neutrals, right? So we're not taking supply doctrines, we're not taking the mission controls, but I mean, if we see a neutral, we use it. And we didn't see one, so it's very likely we're gonna see one in next turn. We are still good. We're still good. Like in Frontier team, we would have had to upgrade our middle already, and you know, this would be the first Leko's turn, and we have other considerations in there, but we're good. I think we're good. Took a little bit of damage there, that's fine. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Now, this is interesting. Because that middle efficiency is very good. We are getting hard. We could try to just make middlers work. And yeah, like they're good. Recon and Puma position, we already talked about the Recon and the Puma position's value. However, that supply with the lead camps, we got first reserve, right? It's first reserve, yeah, first reserve. So that would be what? 80 extra damage every 8 seconds. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but if we got a little bit of we've got a little bit of infantry going, spend some of our tech. Our map is not gonna be huge in the backside, so we're not gonna need that many ammo depots. So maybe we can make this one work. All right, let's go for it and see. All right, and we just delayed. And the reason is we're not gonna die. We might take a little bit of damage. Now HQ weapons are helping quite a bit with the Pendors. We just increase a little bit of our damage with our infantry, and we're gonna gain information. So we're gonna need we're gonna know where we can upgrade. And okay, this is interesting. Right, reinforced structure is very good. Right now we have 4 battlefronts. We're gonna be closing them down soon, but still pretty decent. The Bastion again, I highlighted. I already mentioned that I would love to drop a Bastion here, probably with a platform. Even if we go simple tactics, just to get the extra range in here. The Durandal, it doesn't matter. And so it's the reason the Durandal doesn't matter is like I don't want to drop an early Durandal anyways. So because I don't want to drop an early Durandal, that means that these two, because I don't want to drop a Durandal. These two are equivalent. Not equivalent. This one is a lot better than this one, so I don't mind. So it would be between this one and this one, because if I'm gonna click on this, might as well, because of the Bastion, might as well click on that because I get the reinforced structure. I get a little bit of repair. I'll take it off the pool, and now it's between these two, right? And I don't care. I said I don't care about the Durandal, so that means it's about between the Werewolf and the Bastion. So it's Werewolf and Bastion plus reinforced structure. So which one I care more about? And the answer is actually the Werewolf right now. Dropping that first Werewolf, if you can, it does a lot for you. And we got the cash that we're probably gonna spend on the officer quarters, but still, it's useful. So yeah. And we got Metacris and we got Tropes. So no Brita, sadly, but we're happy. Now, this is the obvious choice right now. We are going to get a neutral. That is, it's so unlikely that we're gonna get one. And yeah, we're happy with this though. No, the Viscors means that this is probably gonna be an underground depot anyways, and we can drop some underground depots. Underground depot miradors next to HQ at high 0 as well. Yeah, this doesn't lock us into anything, which is good. It just reduces the amount of corners that we need. Now, instead of needing 4, we need 3, which is great. And we can still take strays. And there is our Advanced Steel Factory, and I'm pretty sure we just go officer quarters here. Now, which side do we want to go? Well, this is interesting. We haven't seen an ammo depot, so Superintendent is pretty nice for that. But we took First Reserve and we took drill camps, so I'm just gonna go infantry here. Not because we're gonna go infantry focus, an infantry's focus run, but it's still pretty decent. If you can make it work with spend a little bit of tech and invest a little bit of them in HP, they still do a decent amount of damage. They give you coverage over stuff that you don't necessarily like over paths. You can super rely on them. For making them reliable, you need to essentially orientate them up in a very particular way, and which we could try to do here, but I mean we already invested in stuff that is not that. So I'm just gonna go Chaplain and Field Medic, and we still got cash to drop the Werewolf. Another consideration would be to get the underground train going, just save a little bit, but I'd rather have the the Werewolf online instead of doing that. Now, there are like 2 kind of obvious positions. One of them is here. Now, this is not gonna cover the main entrance until that much until we get the wardens. Once we do, it's gonna cover the right entrance and it's gonna cover the back side. And the main advantage of this one, if we get a medium mortar position, we place it here and it's fantastic. And here is not bad. It covers all the starting path, but it doesn't cover the back line. And the reason I want it there is I want to start accumulating Werewolf Doctrines on this particular side. So I do this one, and we're probably not gonna touch it until a little bit late. I might go with Cybernetic Loader. It's pretty decent, and but the tech is kind of tied up a little bit in blue, especially if you're doing this and you go like hybrid. By hybrid I mean going a little bit of infantry and the weapons, because you need the range of the ammo depots essentially. The other thing that I can do is I can start going for my close support mirador, but not right now. And right now probably we're better off just waiting for the underground train, which I could have just gotten, but it's again, I'd rather have the chance of getting the Werewolf blueprints. Also take into account that it's not 1-to-1, so if you do this, you're gonna get a lot more. I think this is like 4-to-1 or something like that, or 3-to-1. The amount of blueprints you get for one versus the other. So Bastion, it's cool. It's Bastion and a bunker. That is pretty decent. Simple design is good as well. It's gonna save us money once we start getting platforms. It's a nice jump starting supplies. Actually, it's a Puma. Recon and a bunker. I think I'm gonna go Recon and bunker. And the reason is I wanna buy those reroll, so I don't have to worry about Recon anymore, because now I'm married to the idea of just getting that backside loop, and the extra bunker is nice for later. And we just keep it going, and we take a little bit of damage. That's fine. I'm gonna be able to afford that fairly soon. So We got the Omega Axiom. Okay, so we're just essentially neutralizing the Gerhard, and I'm fine with it. Yeah, it's this one. Like, I'm not picking and not picking this one. Repair Team is too good to pass. We already have a decent amount of HP already, so it's gonna heal us for a lot. And that is a significant improvement over with our range. Look at this. And we did get a stray, so do we do this? If we do this, it's a fairly early merge. I'm gonna reroll once at least. There you go. Alright. Again, this married us to the idea of getting a merge, and it's just a matter of which side do we want to increase the pressure on. So if we do it here, most of the stuff is gonna come this way. The wolves is protecting that side. So maybe we care. The wolf is not that effective at it. But it's a wolf and the backline weapons. So yeah, I don't mind this. Alright, we do it like this. And again, we just we increase our damage in HQ by a significant amount because we bought a lot of uptime and we got 20% extra damage, so that's good. That does mean that we lose the extra miradors. And so that's a significant amount of blueprints, but I mean, right now we don't care. We just go on the ground train here, as this is... yeah, it's too good to pass. It's gonna buy us a lot of the repair and the extra range. We're gonna lose, what, 2 range of this? But for now, it's good enough. Oh, another consideration for infantry is the... it helps against Metacris as well. Look at that range. So... they run into it, even if they're fast. And here, the Imperial Barrack is good. It's pretty decent. We have a nice spot for it there, but I'd rather have the 200 supply on the Bastion. We already invested in the underground train, so now it's all about to getting the Durandal turrets online and start working on our werewolf. So the 200 supply is nice, and dropping the Bastion here. I like the idea of dropping a Bastion there. So let's go for it. And do we have enough? The answer is yeah, we have enough. Mainly because we can just pay with our face. We're healing by what? 15, 25% repair. And we got a decent amount of HQ. Yeah, HP, so that's nice. Yeah, these minerals there. A little bit of a pain, but that's okay. And we found our first ammo depot. Yeah, if we're doing this type of stuff, you cannot just say no to ammo depots, like ever. I guess if you have a few, you could, but not right now. And yeah, it's just too good to pass. It's gonna buy us a lot of uptime in there. Now the question is, where do we want this? And the answer is, okay, so we have a couple of answers here. So obviously here, we could do it, but it's gonna up the pressure in the backside, which is not necessarily bad, by the way, because of our setup. But this also puts these guys online for a lot longer. And that Bastion there, it's a Bastion position in there, which is not bad in the backline if we want to start working on it eventually. Now this one is fine too, but I don't know that it has many advantages over this. Okay, so we got an ammunition storage, but we don't have blueprints to activate it because I'm not dropping a Mirador and losing the range. I'm not dropping the light mortar position and getting light mortar doctrines. As I mentioned before, the doctrines, it's not 1-to-1. So now we have a medium mortar position here, so this is something to consider, right? Just placing it here. And we give range to the werewolf, and we give range to HQ. And fire rate. And we have another position there if we get another wolf and another wolf here. And those could be slow down werewolves. Or something else. I mean, it doesn't have to be that. But I mean, I like this idea. Okay, so we go here, we go staging area, and just send it. And now we're just waiting for the 200 to get the extra range. And that's gonna help us out quite a bit. There you go. Nice. Again, we're gonna lose some of that range, but we're fine with it. We can't take this one because of the challenge thing. Division relay is cool. We have a position for it already. So, and we could get some recon production going for us. So I'm gonna get division relay here. And now, this is one that we could try to drop. No, we can. We need platforms for to activate this. We're gonna wait. We're gonna go for the antennas on the division relay. I'm just gonna place it there. But again, and here the advantages waiting on the wolf, you don't need to use it, are actually okay. So we might get direct order, so that's 15% discount, and we might get werewolf doctrines. And the werewolf expertise is so good that we want to delay it, and we got our medium mortar there. This is the pick every time. Now we could delay a little bit to see if we can get some doctrines going for us, but it does a decent amount of damage by itself. We're gonna reroll this. There you go. We got a corner, and now wait. Now we do have a consideration, and it's a decent one because that is a very good position for a Bastion. So yep, we like it. We are going to lose some range. We are happy with that. Not happy, but we're good with that. It's fine. Now we get this for detection if we need it. I guess we can use it like this, right? Right, so we do this one. We give detection to that guy. We go, give me an antenna. I'm gonna wait and get intel command to start working on a recon. I can place this one already. Yeah, we don't make enough money. Oh, okay. Oh my god, those were... Oh! This is a lot. Okay, so this is fantastic. We're not gonna use some command for recon, but still a pretty damage. It's pretty decent on the damage side. Anyways, frontline trench is pretty good, especially if we're gonna invest a little bit of on grenadiers. Although our tech is a little bit tied up, but that's fine. Extra wolves are phenomenal, and 30% extra damage on HQ that we're gonna be using for damage is phenomenal. Do not underestimate that platform there to place our Bastion in here that we mentioned. Although we have a pretty decent position for it as well as here already. An extra bunker is great for the late game. So yeah, these are all phenomenal. I think I'm gonna go for this one just to get the extra werewolf, but I mean it's a close one. I don't hate any of them. Like if I got some crappy other choices and I got one of these drafts on some other crappy choices, I'm happy. So we wait. I could drop this already. That means that we don't get the extra, but we're happy. We're fine with that. We're gonna go intel command, intel relay, so we improve our stuff. And okay, so let's go to our options. Rapid Missile Silo is pretty good. It's pretty good, and the discovery is whatever. We don't care that much about discovery, but it's fine. It's gonna do a little bit of work. It's fairly early. But we already have our detection issues solved. So for detection, we don't care that much about the Rampart Silo. However, it still does a bunch of stuff, right? It deals a decent amount of damage. It improves our bunkers. And well, I guess that's what it does, right? If we don't either the damage or the bunkers. But I like this 200 supply with versatile fire teams. It takes them out of the pool. We're not going to be rerolling a huge amount, but we could reroll a decent... We could reroll a lot more, right? Because we got our 15% recon production. So yeah, I like this. Again, we're not doing Durandal, so at least not until later. Now, so let's go through the options here. I don't hate this, actually. And the reason I don't hate this, we're going to have enough recon to get what we need. So it's fine, and we want to cross here. So even if I do this, I can go 17, 19, and we're gonna be able to do it almost guaranteed. Like that's a lot of recon for, and we've spent 25. So this has a high a height of 2 there, which is not bad. We can drop a, a chunky building in there. We can try to make bunkers work in there, pointing in that direction, and it's gonna bias the spawning towards the right position. So yeah, we don't hate that at all. And now we are just waiting for our Durandals at this point. We didn't take development opportunities, so we might take a development opportunities here. We're gonna take some damage. Again, we have repair to work. Alright, so for endless, you always go with this. The middle doesn't matter because we have the other one. Structural network is fantastic, and we have the one werewolf, so we could do that and just work with simple stock, work with one werewolf, and accumulate extra HP. That's perfectly fine. That's actually pretty good. It's probably the right move. The platforms, again, Durandals, we're not probably doing Durandals, although maybe we want to do one there already. Who knows? Like one here or one here to share the antenna. I think I'm gonna go structural network. Obviously, for endless, if you're doing endless and it's not endless in frontier, in high frontier, you go advanced warning. It's too many platforms to ignore. But in this case, it's still kind of close because you really want that that early structural network to protect you. We're just chilling here, and we're gonna know where we're gonna have to deal with in for our tier 3s. Tier 2, sorry. Oh, nice. Okay, so I don't care that much about this. Final stand is pretty good. 100 supply, it's between final stand and the first wolf efficiency. We did get simple stock, so that means that for a lot of the game, we're not gonna have the werewolves online. That being said, because we're gonna accumulate some recon. That being said, getting to expertise is so good, and we're gonna drop more, like for the late game. So we take this. Final time is fantastic, though. Don't get me wrong. And we don't even need to reroll here, which is nice. We just send it, and we're gonna be able to merge by wave 19, and we kind of want to. Again, we've been working for it, so again, we could wait for development opportunities and not drop to see if we get it. It's a nice discount. We're not gonna die. It's the right move. I could also place the antenna there already. Alright. Imperial program is decent. It gives us another shot of getting an ammo depot. This is good. We're gonna have enough recon so to make that scout hideout work. But Hockey Fortress and local acquisition is too good to pass. And obviously, it's this Frontier 19. We're just clicking this so hard, so fast. It's a decent amount of supply, so it's kind of like a way to get around our restriction of non-supply doctrines a little bit in there. We'll go Durandal turrets because we cannot need them. I have avoided to dropping the medium mortar already. Not already. It's just yet. I'm gonna drop it. It's just I'm waiting for to try to get some doctrines for the werewolf. And let's face it, we don't need them right now. Now we're merging every time here. It just offs the pressure way too much. Now I probably want to drop this just to get doctrines on bastions. There you go. This is pretty good. This is actually is it too good to pass? No, it's not too good to pass, but it's probably better than this one because of the ammo depot. But we have decent range already, so okay, whatever. Just take the bastions. There you go. We are merged. And we can send it most likely. I don't think we have to do anything here. Most of the stuff are just gonna start turning. Now we don't have a lot of close to HQ. We're not gonna have enough in there. Can't take this one. Middle-earth we kind of don't care, but Plasma Fence is fine. We only have one flyer, so we only have one flyer. But I mean, the Sanatron might as well be a flyer. And but still okay. I do think it's simple design and roof-based pulse cannon in this case. I could start dropping bunkers as well here, and maybe we want to wait to see if we can get the platforms to support it. And we did get the direct orders. Air command is phenomenal. If this was airless, you start accumulating them, but I think this is probably better. I mean, the Bastion is also nice. We're already investing in the Bastions, and we're gonna be placing another one there eventually. But yeah, I think direct orders is worth it right now, because I want my my wardens in the here. No Krylos. This is a Bastion position. We could try to. I don't hate this one, because we do this one in 21, we do then this one in 23, we go 25 here, 27, then we start working on this side, and maybe we get the HQ to fire in here, and so we do the Bastion in there, and we can place a Bastion in that position as well. So yeah, I don't hate this one. Easy access, shrapnel, and wardens. Yeah, I'm just spending the cash. It's fine. Again, we could wait. It's not. You don't have to. Now, in Frontier 19, obviously you can't wait because you lose too much cash if you wait that much. But here we can. We could. I'll just take this out of the pool. We already have a medium mortar position that we're gonna be employing. If we need it, just send stuff. Keep sending. Keep sending. Underground depot is fine, logistic, and then close support. There you go. Next one is just closing here. I could consider taking a straight over here, and we just close this side in 25. That's fine too. Oh, okay. So because we did this nonsense, the sanction cannon is not as good. However, we still have a choice of just closing and just going this way in more of a traditional way, and that sanction cannon becomes a lot better. That being said, we can still take the sanction cannon, place it here, and just make it slow here and just give us more time. But I'm just gonna pretend I didn't get a sanction cannon, just go the Bastion route and just get the Bastion to work. Which, again, is still a decent route to go for. And I could drop already this. Yeah, this seems fine. Seems fine to me. Although, yeah, we wait. Just try to accumulate some doctrines. And the Bastions and the. I do want a platform to place a Bastion here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I just want a Bastion here. I still want a platform to make it shoot on this side. Hehe, 2 frontline trenches. We're gonna go redivision position. We did this. We're gonna have a massive loop in here, so might as well employ it. Now, is it too good to pass on this one? Already try to get some doctrines. We don't have many building types, so I think it's worth it. Let's do that. Yeah, we get doctrines in Werewolf, great. We get doctrines in Retributions, fantastic. We get doctrines in Bastions, happy with all of them. So Now, there is a case for just not dropping a different type and just try to accumulate more, but again, it's not needed to be that. Haha, which one? Which one? I think Bastion. It also gives us a Bastion blueprint. We don't want this though. I want to reroll this one, and I could consider doing this. And that means that we go 27, 29, 31, and then turn. It's not bad. Versus 27, 29, 31, 32. Yeah, we're good with that. Ooh, that was beautiful. All part of the plan, all part of the plan. I could drop a dash on there. I could drop a fence here. So eventually it's gonna close in that side, but just send it. Oh wait, this is wave 25. Wait, no, let's not get crazy. And yes, we're gonna drop a Bastion there and probably a fence here, but for now we did get development opportunity. This is good too, but I think this is the way to go because we get to do this. This is beautiful. Yeah, we get to do this. We have development opportunity on, so might as well spend the... Might as well spend the cash. Oh, we have a decent position for our slowdown wolf there eventually if we need one. Immortal Fortress is pretty good. However, I'm gonna say no to it. I don't want the Bastion efficiency. Or do I? It's 25% fire dam, rate of fire. Yeah, I'm gonna say no to it. And we did get Legos, so... Now, which one we prefer? I think we prefer this one first. It doesn't really matter that much, and since we took our medium mortar position, we get to do this. And now we no longer have a Legos problem. That single move is enough. So it's 29, 31, 33, 35. Okay. I'm pretty sure we're just gonna do this one. We said we didn't go, we're not gonna go mission control. We still got one left, so that's two platforms. Two platforms are cool. Just send that. There's no need to spend anything here. How am I spending my tech? Right? That's something to consider. And if I get an extra platform, I can place. I can place an antenna share in there. We can take the wolves just to have the wolf blueprint, even if we're not gonna spend it. Okay, we obviously go this way. Keep sending it. Still good. Is it time to forgo the... the recon and just drop the wolf? The answer is probably you can just probably wait a little bit more. Don't want the medium mortar right now. This is nice. Military doctrines. Should probably start increasing our damage in. Okay, so happy with this. Overcharge, nice. The next one goes where? Here. I mean, we got 5k, so start working on our stuff. Start working on our stuff. I mean, here isn't bad, because I'm counting that I'm gonna try to place an antenna in there. We send it, and we just get this load. Yeah, we're gonna eat a little bit of Flecos there. They're gonna get shot at, and most of them are gonna take the longer path, so fine with that. Platforms cost reduction, Triumph and Conquest is probably the way to go here. This is fine. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't right now that decision doesn't matter as much. Okay, this is good. And now we go Bastion in there. That Bastion doesn't get quite in the path. I think I like but my platforms are tied up. I don't have to drop that Bastion though. Why am I spending my recon, my tech on? And the answer is, yeah, I probably still get I definitely still get the ammo depots. So this is not worth it. More likely, it's pretty decent, but it's. Look at that. Thinking that. There you go. Said we're not taking that, but we did get our stuff. And it's the Kraken. The Kraken, we're okay by. We probably need a. We're gonna probably need bunkers, most likely, to try to help with them. Now I see. I said I was gonna do this, so I might as well do it. It's probably time to start doing this type of stuff. It got fixed, so this is fine. You can wait and delay. I mean, there's the Kraken. I could just straight up do this like that and get long battles. We go, we payload, and go for Bless Machine. We're happy with that. Okay, so what else can we do here? Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. We can just do that. Something that we are definitely going to do is this. This is a slow scout for the Kraken. Maybe it's not working as I thought that might because of the wave, but the Kraken is slow, so and we have the Wolf as well there. So there is that too. Okay, we can take a little bit of cost reduction. We might be able to get. Actually, there's no way we get the expertise. That's okay. Got this guy involved since the start, which is good. I mean, defense is going to help with cleaning up the trash a little bit. And yes, these guys are shooting in there as well, and they're gonna shoot in wave 35. mean, it's okay. Yeah, we're gonna call it a day after this wave. It's gonna be very chill. There you go. It's pretty nice. Got a high, very. Oh, oh my god, we got so many good choices here. Yeah, long barrels, heavy payload. I did said that we weren't going to use these guys. I guess I lied. I mean, I'm happy with them though, with these ones that we gotten. So all right, that's the map. I could get some extra damage on HQ with this, but I think we're fine. Unless we get absolutely crushed by the Kraken. I doubt it though. We have plenty of slow, everything's gonna die, and then just the weapons are gonna start doing massive damage to it. So just send it. Look at this map. It's kind of cute, right? It's just we would have missed we would need here to make it a rectangle. Like yeah, we would have missed one anyways. It's not enough tiles. There you go. Go the Kraken there. That Kraken is moving fast, man. It's moving a lot faster than I thought, dude. Stuff is getting slow. Okay, I think. Yeah, he's gonna take the long path. Yeah, he is. Okay. So yeah, he's dead. He's. Oh my god. He's getting decimated. It's the Durandal. Is the. Oh my. Yeah. Like, what the shield run? And yeah, hopefully this is useful. Thank you for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Game from Beer out.